Hello, my beautiful Geminis. This is a summer solstice urgent reading for all Gemini placements of Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars. My name is Melissa. Welcome to my channel. In the description box below, you'll see several links over to my social media, which includes my store, where I have light metaphysical goods. I have a lot of crystals. I have smudging materials, incense, all kinds of fun things to help you fill up, feel good, and know that everything is very ethically sourced. So today I'm going to be doing a maiden mother crone reading. So your maiden stage as a woman is all about, your youthfulness, your vitality, probably you're courting someone, all the fun times of being a young woman. And then moving into your mother stage, maybe you've had a child or you're thinking about having a child, or you're really in your caretaking stage where you're taking care of everybody. Hopefully you're taking care of yourself too. And then there's the crone phase, which is usually like perimenopausal, you're done having babies, and now you just are full of wisdom. I will tell you that we all possess all of these stages at the same time. It's just a matter if you tap into them or not. So let's get into it. So let's start with a quick oracle. Ooh. Prosperity and abundance. Look at you, Gemini. Prosperity and abundance. So here's the deal. I believe that you are meant to create using your creativity and less hustle culture. And I believe that you doing that, and including, taking time and using your rest time as part of your creativity, meaning you don't do anything but you rest and stay present, is part of the life you should be building from here on out. We've had some major planetary changes in the last 6 months, last couple of years, ever since we had the Great North Star showing. So here's what I'm seeing for you. We have the Three of Pentacles for your maiden message. And that tells me that you are very much supported by your family in regards to your creativity. And you have all the knowledge you need regarding the subject. I do feel like you already know what you want to do and what you want to say, but you're very, very concerned about the money, okay? Which is a very maiden thing to do. When you're concerned with the Five of Pentacles, that's basically saying, like, you're looking all over the place, and literally the message is right in front of you as to what you're going to be doing and how you're going to be making the money, okay? So it's literally right in front of you. I do believe you just need to take a little more action, kind of swing that sword a little bit instead of just holding it in your wisdom, and asking your friends for help and support at this time, okay? So moving on to the mother stage, we have affirmation for acceptance. Okay, we have a witch here. Okay, so you can see she is riding on her broom. She's got her, so there is this whole thing I have been reading. I have been consuming so many witch books, you would never know. It's ridiculous how much wisdom I have consumed over the last year regarding the word witch, how it's used, why the broom's a big deal, etc., etc. But I'm not going to get into that in this. But she's riding her broom. She's reading a magazine that says Fate. We've got the ravens swinging around her. We've got dice. And then there's a tornado in the background there, okay? So as a mother, you're kind of taking a rolling... and a caretaker, you're kind of rolling the dice. And I do feel like you need to get to a point to realize you have it doesn't matter how much wisdom you gather, you have no control over your fate. You have no control over your fate. I don't know how many times I can tell you that, Gemini. There's been a lot of Geminis that I have refused to read for because they say all the right things. They've obviously consumed information, but they think they have control in their manifest. Like, we can spend our time in the energy and raise our vibration in the energy of all the things that we desire, but that does not mean we're going to get them, okay? It means we'll attract things similar, but it doesn't necessarily mean, well, if I do this, then I get this. It doesn't necessarily mean that. You do have to have a little bit of faith in something bigger, okay? So affirmation for acceptance, this is for you to accept that you are not in control. You are not in control of the weather. You're not in control. I mean, even having a job, you know, where you're getting that every 2-week paycheck. You really have no control over it. They may just decide to close up one day. That's not your fault. That's not under your control. You know, it is what it is. So this is basically saying, you know, get a little bit wiser and realize that you have no control. We also see that you're missing something here. Okay? You're missing the big picture. With the moon card, this also says somebody might be deceiving you right now, like it's all been right in front of you and you're just kind of missing it. There's a bigger picture going on here. And it looks like either you're pregnant, or you're trying to get pregnant, or you will be pregnant. But you also need to make sure that this also may have to deal with like your ideas of what you want to build in your lifetime. The Empress is a very creative card. It's a very productive card. You know, it's harvesting the fruit of all your work. So it could be a pregnancy, but it could be like an idea coming to fruition too. But we want to make sure everyone that's involved, check for deceit, okay? I'm not saying be distrustful or disloyal about things, but I do feel like there's somebody that's in the picture that might be doing a little side stuff here, that like little things like taking erasers and paper clips instead of like, you know, when you go to get your eraser out and you're like, there's no eraser in here and I just bought 5 of them, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of stuff is moving on. We also have the 9 of Cups here, which is nines are usually wish fulfillment, okay? And you can see like she's got all the cups, she's sitting there, she's looking out into the ocean. The ocean is vast and ever, you know, going when you're sitting on a beach somewhere. Usually there's nothing across the other way. And she's got her cat and she's got a little crab there protecting her heart. Spirit is basically saying, what do you want? What do you desire? So this goes back to the fate thing. If you say and have the vibration of, I'm never going to make it, then you will never make it. There might be something that happens that turns around and gets you to make it, but that is the fate of it. You just don't know. But if you try to live in the space where like, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna attract all the right people around me, and it's just gonna happen, then it will happen. And hopefully, you know, the fate will take over, so to speak. So moving on to, okay, seasonal harvest. So we have this little woman working out and she has the 3 phases of the moon. I saw the tattoo. She has the 3 phases of the moon, which is obviously what I just said. The maiden, the mother, and the crone, okay? The mother being in full bloom and the crone kind of harvesting all the wisdom, okay? So it does feel like, you know, you need to look at what you've harvested in the past and learn some lessons from that, and then move forward in what you want to create from now on. And again, when we're looking at this possibility that somebody is deceiving you and that there's something bigger going on around you than what you see, it's something to be aware of. We have the 9 of Swords, we have the 8 of Cups, and we have the Ace of Swords. So the 9 of Swords is telling me that you kind of have been keeping tabs on something. And it looks like, look, they've made all of these mistakes, okay? Or possibly you yourself have made enough mistakes and you keep journaling and journaling, and something tells me that you're making the same mistake over and over and over again. You're like obsessive over something. And you are, you know, every day is a new day. There's this bird here in the sunrise there, okay? Every day is a new day. And it feels like you're obsessing over the same idea over and over and over again, which also makes me think of that, I think, he's the genius, Einstein. And what he says is like doing the same thing over and over is insanity. And that's basically, and expecting a different outcome, okay? You should be walking away from whatever this is, this impulsive behavior, this, yeah, I heard impulsive, And I feel like it's this behavior that's just toxic and you need to be walking away from it. This is the wishes, the Eight of Cups, and you can see one of those cups is rancid, and I feel like you don't see the rancid cup. I feel like it's been rancid for a while and you just keep overlooking it. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which is the beginning of something new. It's the beginning of a new thought, maybe a new communication, a new conversation that you're going to be having. But I feel like this has to do with the Nine of Swords, and that maybe you're talking a little bit differently to yourself, and maybe you're, I'm going to read from it. I feel like I need to read from the book for this one. It says, new beginnings, new ideas, new clarity. It's all good. The aces often represent the unusual opportunity, one of those moments that enters our lives as a gift. So yeah, you have the Eight of Cups, and then which is walking away from something. Okay, and then right after that is the Ace of Swords. So I feel like the minute you get rid of that rancid cup, that rancid self-loathing behavior of whatever your toxic behavior or whatever it is that you're doing, and then you're gonna get like the new income or the new idea. And I can feel this too. I am a Gemini rising, so I can kind of feel this in my own self. I know for me, I know what I can get rid of, but I do think that there's, yeah, it's just a behavior that needs to go to move on and to really get the harvest of what you want. So thank you so much for watching, Gemini. I look forward to reading for you in a couple of weeks. Toodaloo.